Told you to wait your turn. Told you you weren't big enough. Told you to keep posting and hope somebody notices. But what if you didn't have to wait anymore? Welcome to Swain Family Records. This is not just a platform. This is a movement. A movement where independent artists finally have a voice. Not just through their music, but through their story. Here, artists don't just press play. They get interviewed first. They speak. They introduce themselves. They share their journey before their music is even heard. So when the song drops, the fans don't just hear it. They feel it. They connect with the artist behind the sound. This is deeper than streams. This is real connection. Live music battles, live interviews, real exposure, real relationships, and now, real money. Starting Saturdays, fans and supporters can connect directly with artists live, purchase their music, buy their merch, and support them directly. No middleman, no gatekeepers, no waiting, just artist to fan, direct, authentic, powerful. This is where fans don't just listen, they engage. They support, they decide. Whether you're an artist, a fan, or a supporter, there is a place for you here. Join the movement at our main hub on Facebook, Swain Family Records Music Competitive Arena. And if you're not a member yet, you can still watch us live on Twitch at O.G.P. Swain 99 or on YouTube at Swain Family Records. This is bigger than music. This is a culture shift. Swain Family Records, the UFC of music. Join the movement or get left behind.
The UFC of music. I like that. I had to get my boxing gloves on and start working on some punches. All right. Welcome to the Swain Family Records Music Competitive Arena's Metal Monday, where we are not just hosting shows, we are building a movement and rocking out tonight. Your host is yours truly, Storm Doc, and we have another amazing lineup tonight, and we are doing another topic night tonight of numbers. And this is in honor of a fallen family member of ours who we recently lost about 3-4 weeks ago. His name was Patrick Taylor, and that was a man of numbers. I showed up to one of the tribute nights for him where they played a bunch of his music, and dude was a numbers geek for sure. So this is definitely going to be an interesting night to combine numbers and metal music today. And before we get started, I want to thank every single one of our viewers, listeners, etc., for showing up and come and hang out with us tonight. Whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, we definitely welcome you here. And we definitely have some familiar faces with us tonight. And and what's up, Rosita? See you in the comments. And what's up, Birdhouse Music? I see you in the comments too, man. All right. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a brief little intro of everybody here tonight. I'm sure with these familiar faces, they pretty much got that intro locked down by now. So without further ado, I'm going to go on ahead and start with myself real quick. But again, I am Storm Doc, and I basically like to do a lot of techno metal. My stuff's available in pretty much every store except Apple Music, but that will change soon because I finally got one song to be accepted by Apple Music. So definitely a huge celebration right there. And it is going to be so ironic. I will reveal that song later on a live chat, just not tonight. But I did finally get a song on Apple Music. So that is definitely a huge accomplishment right there. So the war is over. Storm Doc finally got one in. So thank you, Apple Music. Huge shout out. About freaking time. All right, and without further ado, let's go on ahead and introduce Forge. So, Forge, why don't you tell the audience about yourself and where we can find your content at?
Alrighty, I release music under the Noe Boys, Larry D. Noe Jr., and Forge, and all the other members of JLRP, in which case we all have music on Apple Music. Along with all other streaming services, all the social medias. A big deal right now is I'm getting a lot of our stuff put on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and search up the Noe Boys, you'll find the JLRP page, and I'm getting a lot of videos on there.
All right. And Rebecca, how about you?
Sorry. You can find my music pretty much on all streaming platforms. I'm part of the JLRP production company, so all my stuff goes there. getting ready to release my first album here probably in the next couple of weeks. And then I also am working on my avatar for my metal album that should be coming out.
Uh-oh, we got a little frozen there.
She's back, I think. Nope.
Hey, you're back. You did freeze up a bit there, Rebecca.
Let me see. I'm not connected to my Wi-Fi, so hold on. Let me find out what's going on with that.
All right, well, we'll give you a little bit there to get that straightened out, and we'll go on ahead and have Clayton introduce himself while we get those kinks worked out. So, Clayton, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you can find your stuff.
Yeah, my name is Clayton Barnes. I am on about most of the major streaming platforms, like, and that just happened recently, and just got my first album out. I'm planning another one here shortly, and it's under the name or the band name Crimson Cross. So that's where you can find it on Apple, Deezer, iTunes, Spotify, all the major ones.
Awesome. Good to have you here with us. And for some of y'all who have joined us on Metal Mondays previously, I just want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Forge, who did all those tiebreakers over the last couple of weeks, my man. Dude was just tying it up left and right. His music is just that good. So I got to give him a huge shout out for putting up with all those tiebreakers.
Just part of it.
Okay, I think I got the Wi-Fi issue fixed now. Can y'all hear and see me okay now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and restart your introduction there since we got all the kinks out now.
So my name is Rebecca. My artist name is Rebecca Lynn Mills for my country album that should be releasing here in the next couple of weeks. And I'm working on avatar name Scarlet for my metal album that'll be coming out in the next couple of months, which I'm excited about. I'm part of the JRLP production, and you can find my music on all platforms.
All right, awesome. And huge shout out to JJ Welch, who has a song with us tonight, but he is currently hard at work, unlike the rest of us who are currently here on this live stream here, having fun with all our listeners out there. So JJ, I hope everything's well. And I also want to give another shout out to our other member, Jerry, who recently had health problems, and I hope he's doing well. So Jerry, I hope you're doing good, my man. And hope everything's well, all right? Sorry, I
actually talked to him earlier, and he wanted to apologize to you because he wanted to have a song for tonight, but he's planning on having one for next week.
Hey, it's all right. Personal health is priority. He was a trooper last weekend, did a live stream from the hospital, so that's that took some guts. So I wanted to do a little shout out to him tonight as well. So, without further ado, again, we are Swain Family Records Music Competitive Arena. We are on Facebook. And if you want to answer those 3 little questions to get in our group, come on out and hang with us. Join our family. Come join our live streams with us. We are starting some monetization stuff here this week. And if you're interested, if you want to sign up, do the free stuff, just to kind of observe and see how things go, feel free to do it. And whenever you're ready to move up to the live streams, just feel free to message Mr. Swain himself or one of the other admins of the group, and they'll gladly help you out. And without further ado, we have some music tonight, and I'm actually going to get started with JJ's song tonight. And it's from a band called Neurodose. I'm a bit slow tonight. And he's not with us, so I have the summary right here. His song is RX 682, which is Prescription 682, by Neurodose. Is a song about being a child lab rat in a psychiatric medication trial. It tells a story of an 8-year-old kid strapped to a table in a sterile white room, wired with electrodes pumped full of an experimental drug called Prescription 682. The doctors say it will fix the chaos in their head. Instead, it rewires their brain, erases who they are, and turns them into a data on a graph. This sounds pretty intense. The doctors say it will... Okay, I already read that part. The child becomes the number. Wow, okay. I am Prescription 682, a file, a sequence, a compliant subject. This song moves from cold clinical detachment to raw, unhinged rage as the narrator realizes they've been chemically erased and owned by the dose. It's about the horror of losing your mind, your memories, and your sense of self to a treatment that was never meant to heal, only to control. Based loosely on his childhood and being a lab rat for medication when he was a kid. Inspired by Mudvayne. So this is going to be a very interesting use of the numbers topic for the night. So I definitely can't wait to hear it. So without further ado, let's go on ahead and play this song. I got to hear it.
Deep the electrons to my temples when the lights burn away. 8 years old on the table, RX 682 dripping down the line. White House, dying consciously. Ghost the cartel with fire, no. Formula is every thought I ever knew. I am RX-82. They own the dose, they own the pulse, they own the view. I am RX-82. Numbers draw behind my eyes into the wiring through. I am RX-82. Tuesday, they measured how the tremors danced across my face. From the way my fingers touch in the perfect measured pace. Called the day beautiful, all my memories looked and frayed. Turned a screaming kid into a graph that never went away. Sequester, not yet. Sequester, no yes. Sequester, like the day. Fatal loss. The formula that wires every thought I ever knew. They own the nose, they own the pulse, they own the view. I am RX-82. Numbers crawl behind my eyes until the wiring through. I am living cold, clinical detached, unsurprised. This is what the sim feels like. Not a child, just a Justified. I am RX-82. The formula arrives every thought I ever knew. I am RX-82. They own the dose, they own the pulse, they own the view. I am RX-82. Numbers crawl behind my eyes until the wiring grows. I am RX-82. Stay quiet. Sequence complete.
Nice. That was definitely a very interesting use of the number topic today. Basically, you kind of are the number, and it started out kind of trippy. My laptop is the furthest away from the Wi-Fi, so the music sounds kind of trippy anyway initially when I'm streaming like this. But then it just hit it, and it kept going, and it kind of pulls you in and kind of, leaves you there, pushes you back out, then pulls you back in again. It's kind of hard to really put into words, but it's almost like, you were kind of on that same medication in a way, the best way I could really explain it. It really puts you in that same situation. So well done, JJ. I love that song, dude. All right. Anybody else have any comments before we move on?
I think I would do it. I could barely hear.
I can barely hear you.
How about now? Hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I had to check my Wi-Fi here real quick, make sure I was doing good.
No, I'm static and stuff like that. It just didn't make sense with the song. I think I would have a back next issue with it.
Alrighty. All right, and let's see who's next on this list here. All right, we have Clayton's song, and we did just get Clayton back, so welcome back, Clayton. So why don't you tell the viewers about your song tonight?
Yeah, so this one was kind of interesting. I'm not really a numbers guy, so when I first heard the challenge, I was kind of like, I might set this one out, but I just got to thinking about it, and I really wanted to do something. I really thought a lot of Patrick, and I really wanted to do something to honor him. And since this was sort of in kind of a memorial for him, I decided to give it a shot. And so the lyric itself is kind of like almost. The lyric isn't probably something Patrick would have done. It's a little bit on the sweet side. And kind of a little philosophical, but so I wanted to do something that was kind of like in his style. I thought he would appreciate, and so I had started out with some like rap and circus trap because he did a few things in that genre, but then I needed to keep it metal based, so that there was, tied that component in. So I added in some alternative metal, and it's still like one of it's still not one of my harder metal things. It's a little on the softer side, but I definitely was able to get that in there. So to kind of keep it with that meeting all that criteria. So there's a lot going on trying to construct this one, but I was pretty happy with it in the end, I think. And anyway, the name of my song is called "Age is Just a Number." So anyway, I think it'll kind of explain itself.
All righty, and we all know everybody that's been here before knows you definitely bring some good content to the groups as well, and we'll definitely look forward to this one, especially since you said it was a challenge. I guess that's why they call it a challenge, right? So, right. All right, so let's hear Clayton's song "Age is Just a Number."
When you are born, the clock starts ticking. They keep on counting till you stop kicking. They say that your days are all numbered, so live your life free, unencumbered. At 2, you're learning how to stand. At 6, you're drawing dreams in sand. At 13, you're chasing who you'll be. At 18, you're tasting I am free. They measure time in lines and years, but they can't count your hopes or fears. Age is just a number written in the sand. It don't define the soul inside the man. You can live a lifetime in a single day, or waste 100 years just drifting away. So don't count the candles, count the light you bring. It's not how long you live, it's everything. Age is just a number, number, number. At 21, you're raising up a glass. At 30, wondering how it went so fast. At 40, you start to understand life ain't about some perfect plan. At 50, looking back with wiser eyes. Eyes at 60, struck a fire that never dies. Eyes at 70, stories carved in skin. Every wrinkle tells where you've been. They count the years like they're a prize, but never see through living eyes. Age is just a number written in the sand. It don't define the soul inside the man. You can live a lifetime in a single day, or waste 100 years just drifting away. So don't count the candles, count the light you bring. It's not how long you live, it's everything. Age is just a number, number, number. Some burn bright but fade too soon. Some never shine, just hide from the moon. It ain't the length, it's the flame inside. Did you love, did you live, did you truly try? 80, 90, 100 years don't mean a thing if you're ruled by fear. But one bold moment, one act of grace can echo on through time and space. Age is just a number, don't let it decide how big you dream or how hard you try. You can be timeless in the life you give, forever's found in the way you live. So don't count the years, let your story unfold. A heart full of life never really grows old. Age is just a number, number, number. When the clock runs out and the counting's done, they won't recall every race you run. They'll remember the love, the joy, the light, how you lit up every night. 'Cause age is is just a number written on your name. But the life you live is your eternal flame.
I really like the message behind that one.
Yeah. I just wanted to keep it really quirky too. Like I just thought that's just Patrick, like he always did quirky stuff, and I was like, I like the message, and but it's like I don't want it to be taken too seriously either. Like kind of. So I had to kind of offset it with the music. Otherwise, it's just a sappy song.
Hey, even if it was just a sappy song, that's a sappy song with the beat. That's something you could definitely blast, out on the beach or whatnot. I was like looking through my song list on my phone too, and I'm like, what does this song remind me of? And I was thinking of like a mix between like a hardcore Fall Out Boy and Saliva. Like that was because I was thinking Ladies and Gentlemen sort of as well, and that definitely felt very Patrick Coda and definitely had some fun elements between those two groups there. So I definitely quite enjoyed that. That was a really good mix of all the things. So I think if this was a challenge for you, dude, this came out pretty good. And I do want to thank all our listeners, viewers, etc., for being with us tonight. I'm trying to be as interactive as I usually am on YouTube. For some reason, my streams have been giving me issues on the other platforms, but I'm definitely interacting on YouTube. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I don't mind answering questions on these streams as well, or giving a little bit of extra information here. Again, thank you for everybody for joining us tonight. And next on the list is Mr. Forge. So, Forge, why don't you tell us about your song?
Okay, this song, it's called Count Them Up. It's kind of a mixture of songs all thrown together, dealing with numbers. It's hard to explain truthfully. It's definitely one you're going to have to listen to, but it's humorous at the same time.
All right, definitely nothing wrong. Gotta love when I start to speak in the audience, just like, ooh, yeah. Again, my laptop is the farthest away from the Wi-Fi, so if I accidentally cut anybody off, it is not intentional. I just want to say it right now. All right, so without further ado, let's listen to Forge's song, Count Them Up.
I count two when the bass line kicks. I count three when the sparks fly high. Four when the whole room comes alive. Five for the rip, cutting through that smoke. Six for the crowd when they catch that quote. Seven for the grind and nobody sees. Eight for the ones who still believe. Nine when the scoreboard starts to move. 10 when the whole place finds that groove. I count every click, every share, every flame, every single voice that remembers my name. This ain't a rivalry, this is impact. Everybody brought heat, now the numbers hit back. I got that number ringing like a phone in my head. Old school digits, let the radio sit. Then the count starts crawling from the floor to the door. And four starts smiling like, let's count some more. I count them up, I count them up. Tell me what them numbers say. Votes on the board, friends in the chat, streams climbing every day. I count them up, I count them up. Let the scoreboard shine. I got that old school number stuck in my mind. 8675309. I count them up. ain't luck. This is proof. Metal Mondays live tonight. And Forge came loose. 1, 2, Forge is at the door. 3, 4, boots hit the floor. 5, 6, sparks in the mix. 7, 8, nobody sleeps this late. 9, 10, run it back again. I count them up, let the numbers come in. I count the hands when they throw them up. I count the tags when they show me love. I count the miles on the dirt road ride. I count the scars that I wear with pride. I count the late nights, count the grind. Count every reason I refuse to die. Count every friend who came through strong. Count every friend that played my song. Every artist in the room got a spark in the flame. Every song on the board, put respect on the name. Share equals reach, reach equals growth. Growth turns a spark in the smoke from the forge. I don't need a calculator, I can see what it is. Every vote got a heartbeat, everything got a fizz. I got that number ringing like a ghost on the line. 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. Then the count starts storming like boots in the hall, and Forge starts laughing like, y'all ready for more? I count them up, I count them up. Tell me what them numbers say. Votes on the board, fans in the chat, streams climbing every day. I count them up, I count them up. Let the scoreboard shine. I got that old school number stuck in my mind. 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. I count them up, I count them up. This ain't luck, this is proof. Metal Mondays live tonight, and Forge came loose. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Wait, what's after 5? 6 for the ones who remember my name. 7 for the chat, 8 for the grind. 9 for the number still stuck in my mind. 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. Who counts the noise? We count the noise. Who counts the crowd? We count the crowd. Who counts the fire? We count the fire. Who counts the proof? Who count it up? Loud! I count them up, I count them up. Tell me what them numbers say. Votes on the board, hands in the chat, streams climbing every day. I count them up, I count them up. Let the scoreboard shine. I got that old school number stuck in my mind. 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. I count them up, I count them up. This ain't luck, this is proof. Metal Mondays live tonight, and Forge came loose. 1, 2, Forge is at the door. 3, 4, boots hit the floor. 5, 6, sparks in the mix. 7, 8, nobody sleeps this late. 9, 10, run them back again. I count them up and let the numbers come in. No shade, no shots, just numbers. And yeah, I count them up. 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. Say less, I count more.
Damn, that was something, my man. and And as soon as that picture popped up, first thing I thought, I was like, "Oh shoot, it's Metal Channing Tatum." And then I started thinking Randy Orton too, like as the song went on. And then I was looking at the cover. I'm like, "Oh, I see that phone number there. I see that." And then to hear it in the song too, I was just thinking the old school version, you know, the OG 8675309. And
that's exactly I was bringing to it, bringing a little old back in there.
Nothing wrong with bringing old school up to the new school. You know, that stuff's still popular today, as far as I'm concerned.
Even a little bit of the DMX, the 1-2, like it's coming for you.
It got like really quiet all of a sudden, so I had to make sure everything was still working, but everything's still working. All right, and what's up, Rosita, in the chat? I see you joined in there. Hope everything's going good. And let's see what the next song on this list is. Oh, and this is my song, Countdown. All right. Well, Countdown was definitely an interesting one. I wanted to do a little something about, it was sort of a bit of randomness, how, Storm Doc, my brand, is kind of used to, but I basically did it as a countdown, and I did kind of some math geekery involved in that as well. Definitely something that I thought was pretty decently Patrick Taylor coded there. It was really
something I gotta say real quick. I counted up, you counted down.
I guess, yeah, that's true. And it's ironic that our songs happen to be back to back, so you can count up and I'll count down. So I don't know if it's just straight irony or if Michael Blake and Moses Swain are some huge psychics in the background. I mean. All right. I mean, I really wish I could explain this song, but this is definitely a lot of randomness. I just wanted to do a countdown, and I typed a whole bunch of random stuff. I mean, that's the best way I can explain it. I was thinking about Patrick on this one. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a countdown, and if it sounds all right and it rhymes, then I'm putting it on there. All right. So let's play Countdown by Storm Doc.
10 on the clock, I'm already lit. 9 little reasons why I don't quit. 8 hard knocks on the classroom door. 7 dead problems, I want more. 6 feet deep in the paper trail. 5 in the hand and I never fail. 4 sharp corners on the loaded dice. 3-step move and I'll break it twice. Count it up, count it down, watch it spin, watch it pound, multiply, divide. I'm alive in the fire tonight. Countdown, countdown, hit the floor. Countdown, countdown, one more. One by one, we tear it down. Countdown, countdown, burn the town. Burn it down. Burn the town. Burn it down. 2 hands up when the night goes red. 0 fear in the back of my head. Prime time pulse in a fractured line. Bad math, good war, and I'm feeling fine. Add it up, then I cash it out. Every loud mistake got a perfect sound. Square that rage, make it fit my skin. If the world says stop, I'm counting in. Count it up, count it down, watch it spin, watch it pound, multiply, divide. I'm alive in the fire tonight. Countdown, countdown, hit the floor. Countdown, countdown, one more. One by one, we tear it down. Countdown, countdown, burn the town. Burn it down. Burn the town. Burn it down. 0 to chaos, back to the start. Split that number right through my heart. If you want the answer, come take your shot. I'm the sum of the broken and all I've got.
Love the energy of that one. Absolutely love the energy in that one.
Yep. Storm Doc always brings the energy.
Thank you, thank you. As I said, a lot of my inspiration comes from the metal band Electric Callboy, and they have been doing a lot of techno metal recently, and it's a genre that they had me just fall in love with. Elevator Operator was the song that got me into doing this, and it was an amazing blend of like techno, dance, and hardcore metal. Like the way they did it, it impressed the hell out of me, and I'm like, you know what, I gotta try my hand at this genre as well. It's a very niche genre, it's very narrow. Not too many people are kind of into that, but I figured why not? I'll be one more added to it. And as I said, the lyrics are very random. For those of you that don't know, I actually do have personas for every voice that you hear with my music. Like the female singer is Sherry Storm, the male singer is Danny Docker. I literally have like whole personality profiles for everybody. I got really bored one day. But if you want to know more, we can do that later. You know, I don't want to get into all that tonight. And definitely looking at all the comments here. Yeah, Birdhouse is thinking the same thing with Electric Callboy. Jerry's making some comments here, says it's definitely going to be interesting tonight with all the artists that have been bringing it. And it's definitely going to be quite the night here. And for once, I brought a song that wasn't explicit. I've been doing a lot of explicits lately. I finally did one that wasn't explicit. So kudos. I can actually do songs that don't involve it. So, you know, going back to that Will Smith Eminem rap battle from back in the day. You know, you don't need explicits to make good music. All right. And for our final song tonight, we have Rebecca Mills with Numbers Are My Jam. So, Rebecca, tell us a little about your song and how numbers are your jam.
Well, Numbers Are My Jam kind of ties around how I'm a math teacher, and there's a bunch of math jokes in there. And my kids are always like, I'll ask them what 2 plus 2 is, and we'll argue that it's 5 and how it's not 5. And basically how they will shout out random answers even though they have a calculator in front of them that they can answer. And it's just supposed to be funny in a way, but also what it's like being a math teacher when your kids are just staring at you with blank faces all the time and shouting out random answers. And that's kind of what it is.
When you were talking about the 2 plus 2 equals 5 thing, I'm going to bring out some more nerd in me, but that reminded me of the Star Trek episode when Picard is getting interrogated about how many lights there are.
Yep. That was one of the references that's where it came from actually as well. So I'm very much a nerd, and so my nerdy side tends to come out when I do my more funny satirical songs. So
heck yeah, nerds rule, you know, live long and prosper, everyone.
Yep. Exactly.
All right, so being a math teacher, numbers definitely are your jam. So this is definitely going to be a very fun one to listen to. So let's listen to Rebecca Mills' Numbers Are My Jam.
All right, settle down. No, seriously, sit down. We are not arguing about 2 plus 2 again today. We are not doing this. I walk in every morning with equations in my head. Got a room full of chaos and a chalkboard full of dread. I'm breaking down the basics, keeping everything alive. And somehow we're debating if 2 plus 2 is 5. I draw it on the board, nice and slow, real clean. And still I get a question like I'm speaking in a dream. Miss, what if it's different? No, I promise it's the same. I didn't sign up for this level of pain. The circuit breaks, my patience shakes. I'm watching logic disappear with every move you make. Numbers on my jam, but y'all don't understand. I wrote it on the board. 2 plus 2 is 4, blank stare. Numbers are my jam. I said, what's 3 times 3? Somebody said 22. I paused, took a breath. I said, let's walk that through. What's half of 10? I hear maybe 8. At this point, I'm negotiating with fate. What's the square root of 4? Someone whispered 6. I'm rethinking every life choice that got me into this. Is 0 even real? Now we're going deep. I just wanted to teach, not to lose sleep. The logic bends, the sanity ends. I'm one wrong answer from losing all my sense again. Numbers are my jam, but y'all don't understand. I wrote it on the board. 2 plus 2 is 4. Blank stares in the room like I'm teaching on the moon. Got chalk dust on my hands. Numbers are my jam. What's 7 times 8? What's 9 divided by 3? Why is this suddenly a mystery? What's 12 squared? What's pi to 2? Why are you all looking like this is new? If x equals 5, then what is 2x? Why did someone just say hex? Why are we panicking? 2 plus 2, it's 4. Not 5. We're all gonna survive. Multiply. Divide. Keep your heads inside the ride. Numbers are my jam. Even if you don't understand, I wrote it on the board. 2 plus 2 is 4. I've explained it 10 times. I'm losing track of my mind. Got chalk dust in my lungs. Still teaching everyone. Numbers are my jam. All right. We're gonna try this again tomorrow. Bring a calculator.
Wow, Rebecca, that one definitely hits. And I agree with Clayton. You should definitely play that for your math classes. Like, if I walked in and my teacher started playing that, I am hell of a lot more interested in math all of a sudden. Now, I love math.
I'll see if I can work into it.
I'm sorry.
I'll see if I can work it into my lessons this week.
See, now I love math, but once you start throwing letters into it, it's not math anymore to me. It's hell. So, and here's a little math class confessional from Storm Doc. I used to use those TI-84 graphing calculators, put games in them, get all sorts of distracted here in math class. So, it is what it is.
and see, me being an electrician, math is simple. I graduated high school and I already done calculus.
Good. Maybe you can teach me and I can finally get my meteorology degree. That's literally the only thing holding me back. All right. Well, that was definitely one heck of an ending for tonight. And again, thank you to all our listeners and viewers out there from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. I am finally starting to learn all of the social medias there. We're definitely glad to have every single one of y'all. We wouldn't be where we are without you guys. And again, if you are interested in joining our Facebook group, it is Swain Family Records Music Competitive Arena. And all you got to do is answer 3 little questions. Go on ahead, join in. There is a little registration process now, but it is super quick. I did it in like 5 minutes. And just let us know what we'd like to do. If you want to sit and hang out and just observe for a little bit, or if you want to actually come on and compete with us. We actually did start monetization. So this Swain Family Records is definitely stepping it up, or they're going in some new directions. And the only way to go is to go up at this point. So it's definitely got some fun stuff coming in swing. And We do have other shows throughout the week as well. I do Metal Mondays. We have another one of our family members, May Morton, who does Maydays on Tuesdays. And she has her topic for tomorrow as breaking the structure. So definitely come back and join us again tomorrow for Maydays as well, because it's going to be much of randomness with this stuff, because there's going to be like no structure to a song, like maybe a mix of a whole bunch of genres involved. Who knows? Just come join and see what kind of fun that Mayday will bring. Mayday brings up some pretty good topics and some pretty fun ones too. We also have our sister group, Swain Family Records Kingdom Sound, for those who are more faith-based. And I swear I will remember the days that they actually do that one of these days.
That is typically on Saturdays and Sundays.
Thank you, Forge. And I know Forge also has his Noe Boys show, so if you'd like to explain your show.
Noe Boys shows, typically we bring on artists to do spotlights and display their music. This week we're doing something a little different. We're actually doing an outlaw country competition. So anybody that's got an outlaw country song that wants to get in on it, you can win $45.
Woo, come win that money. Go get that money. And it's the same thing with these Metal Mondays. Next week will be a monetized Metal Monday as well. So if you want to get your chance at, getting some greenbacks, some dough, some bucks, however other slang you want to put it, feel free to come join us and come have some fun. And hopefully I got all the other Swain Family Records events, but again, feel free to come join Swain Family Records Music Competitive Arena on Facebook or Kingdom Sound as well. And, if you want to know about other events, or if you even want to start your own event, feel free to come on and throw some suggestions. We are a pretty close-knit family. If you're an independent artist or thinking about starting out, we do offer some pretty good advice. I'm still pretty new to the game myself, so I can only offer so much, but we do have a few members who have been in this game for a while and definitely have some experience. We have somebody in the group who's doing really good with videos, so if you want to know how to do some videos with your stuff, feel free to come join and ask him about it. I think that's pretty much narrowing it down there. But thank you for hanging out with us tonight, and thank you to all our artists who came here with us and showed up, brought their music, and even the artists that aren't here with us today due to either work obligations, health obligations, etc. Definitely thoughts are with you guys. Hope everything's going well, and hope you make it back home safely. And thank you again to our viewers for joining us tonight and tuning in and hanging out with us, no matter where you are. And let's see here. And just remember that with Swain Family Records, if you're not moving how we moving, move out the way, because we are not chasing platforms. We are building one. So thanks one more time. You guys are awesome. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay metal. Take care, everyone.
You ever drop a song and feel like nobody really heard it? No comments, no support, just silence. Uploaded, forgotten. Streaming numbers don't mean nothing. But what if there was a place built different? Where artists don't get buried, they battle. Where fans don't scroll, they connect. Where your sound actually gets heard. Swain Family Records. Music competitive arena, real battles, real fans, real connection. No gatekeepers, no fake hype, just music. And a community that listens. This is your moment to be seen, to be heard, to be part of something bigger. Join the movement, build your sound. This ain't for everybody. This is for the ones who know they got it and ready to prove it.